The Prime Minister has just spoken at a PAP rally for this weekend's by-election. Mr. Lee Hsien Loong urged voters in Punggol East to support PAP candidate Dr Koh Poh Koon and consider carefully what the by-election is all about, which is to support good government, choose the right person with a heart to serve and to vote for a better life. He said the government has always been working together with Singaporeans to improve their lives, and that the ruling party, through successive generations, has always kept the people's interests at heart. Mr. Lee said his personal reason for joining politics and the purpose of the PAP has always been to act for the people of Singapore.
Good evening to all. We are all part of this Team Singapore. Red and white. And that is what we have been trying to achieve, and I have been trying to achieve with my team ever since. And when I choose people to be one of my team, to become an MP or to become a minister, that is what I'm looking for. Not just his ability, which I must make sure of, but also his passion and his commitment to serve.
Mr. Lee countered opposition accusations that the PAP has changed. He said while successive PAP governments, from Mr. Lee Kuan Yew to Mr. Goh Tong to his leadership team, have had to change with the times, fundamentally the party's ideals have not changed, and that on social policy, successive governments have given more to the people, not less, as Workers' Party Chief Mr. Lau Tia Kiang alleged. Mr. Lee Kuan Yew was about tough love. Mr. Goh Tong was about many helping hands, and for his own government, it has increased more social programs because the times have changed. And Mr. Lee reminded voters about what the government has done to help the low income, the middle class and the elderly. For the elderly, he emphasized that they helped build Singapore and the government will not forsake this generation. Mr. Lee stressed that the government will always stay on the side of Singaporeans and continues to maintain high standards of integrity.
We have always openly talked about these challenges and trade-offs, even when it is unpopular. When you want something more, how are we going to pay for it? What do we have to give up? During election rallies, you often find people talking about more. I want more this, I want more that, I would like the government to do this and the other. Very seldom do they say, how is the government going to pay for this? Last night at the Workers' Party rally, Mr. Lau Tia Kiang spoke at length about nationalizing public transport and utilities. He says, why do you have private companies? Why not take it over? Government runs this. If the government runs this, then you don't need profits. Then it'll be cheaper. If it were so simple, why hasn't every other country in the world done that? Ask yourself, why is it many countries which used to do that, have the government run it, have decided this is bad, better let the private sector have a role, and we manage it and oversee it and regulate it, and we make sure that it works properly for Singaporeans.
Mr. Lee added that nobody is perfect and certainly not the PAP, but it stays honest and handles embarrassments and mistakes openly, such as the situation which led to the by-election. He apologized for putting residents through another election because of the resignation of Mr. Michael Palmer. Mr. Lee urged Singaporeans to think of the type of leaders and opposition they want, saying it's easy to cause division during election campaigns, but much harder to get people to work together for the common good. That is fundamentally what the government wants and has to do, working together on policies to help everyone. Now, Mr. Lee said he's confident Dr Koh Poh Koon will make a good MP and be able to serve residents of Punggol East well. Now, there will be more rally reports on Channel News Asia's Singapore Tonight at 10 p.m.